The reason these guys are here is that you got the first details about the new James Bond film, 25th outing for Mr. Bond, the world's most famous secret agent.
Well, you've seen former Bond girl Madeline Smith believes the time has come for a woman to play 007. Journalist Andy West, though, couldn't agree more. He thinks that would destroy Bond's legacy. Why would it destroy it? You still have all the action and drama.
I disagree, Maddie. Well, because James Bond is a man.
Well, he is now, but
Written
why
as a man. And
yeah, but there's been lots of new scripts, haven't there, since the original
Doctor Who
book.
used to be a man.
Yeah, Doctor Who used to be a man.
The point of James Bond is not that actually he's a celebration of all that's great about men. The original manifestation of Bond was actually that he would embody some of the misogyny and some of the faults of men of their time, and that was part of his character, that he had vices more than he had virtues.
He was a flawed creature.
He was a flawed creature, and that is part of his DNA, and as soon as you take that away from that character, it's not that character anymore. I am not saying that a woman cannot play a part like James Bond, and maybe in the franchise they need to introduce James Bond's, I don't know, illegitimate daughter that he didn't realise he had, or Miss Moneypenny's daughter or something, and have that with Phoebe Waller-Bridge, who's now working on the new script, writing it.
James with Jane.
But as soon as you have James Bond, it's not James Bond anymore.
Not James Bond anymore.
Not Jane.
No, that's just a figure of speech,
yeah, quite.
Madeline.
Yeah.
Yes. You can't replace him.
Can't replace what? What?
You can't replace James Bond.
I don't think we should. I'm unfortunately very much in agreement with you, Andy. But I cannot see any reason why ultimately a woman, a lady, a girl cannot play the James Bond character.
When you say you're in agreement with Andy, do you mean?
Well, I mean, he says, you know, he doesn't really see any reason why not, didn't you?
Well, I'm saying that what I'm saying, Maddie, is that a woman can play an international spy,
yes,
and a woman of intrigue who's powerful and dangerous, but not James Bond. Why should we take a legendary British character and change his nature to try and inspire girls that they can be like James Bond? Well, we can do that without changing James Bond. In fact, I think it's quite patronising to women, particularly in the creative industries, to say the only way you can inspire girls is to appropriate a male character. No, create new female characters.
Well, can't you just create a new
I think they
Bond?
will.
Why? Why
Why
commit vandalism of our culture? Why vandalise a character like James Bond? He's always been... Judi Dench, when she had her first outing as M, I don't know if you remember, described him as a dinosaur. Yeah. Bond has been mocking Bond for years and changing and evolving, and that's what it needs to do.
What do you think a woman would bring to the role,
It will change
Madeline?
and it will evolve, Andy. It will change and it will evolve.
What would a woman bring to the role?
What would a woman bring? Sensitivity? Sex.
But why do you want sensitivity?
I don't necessarily advocate having a woman, but I think...
You don't want James Bond to be going, oh, do you mind if I shoot you?
No. Is
that all right? Do you mind just turning around? I don't want to see your face when I shoot you down.
No, but there are so many... I mean, times have changed. Women play a far greater role now. They've emerged from the darkness and the dark ages. I mean, the days when a man would literally, and I can remember very well being pushed onto a bed and expected to play footsie.
You were a Bond girl.
Yeah, well, at that time, in the late 60s and early 70s, definitely, it was expected. I mean, he was such a gentleman, Roger.
Well, we agree with you there.
Yeah, but women have definitely evolved.
But could I also say,
yes,
and I don't know if Andy agrees with me or not, I mean, possibly the best Bond film ever, Live and Let Die.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, 1973.
Bless you.
Best theme music.
Thank you.
Reintroduction of my favourite Bond, probably, in the terms of Roger.
Well, I quite think my favourite is probably Octopussy, and I was thinking we don't need to change that into Octowilly. You know, we don't need to. We can keep it as what it is. And the point I'm making, I suppose, is that yes, women have changed and men have changed, and I think that's a really positive thing. But James Bond has always been about, frankly, trying to get into the knickers of very, very dangerous, exciting women, not wearing the knickers himself.
I don't know what to say to that, really.
No. I mean,
the Bond girls are exciting, dangerous, powerful women, aren't they?
But times are changing, and women now are behind cameras. They're writing scripts. They're writing novels.
In fact, they're writing the new film.
They're writing the new film. This wonderful woman, the Fleabag lady,
Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Phoebe Waller-Bridge. It will happen. I'm saying it will happen.
And maybe also, Andy, not the best role model for boys, young men moving forward now in the times that we live in.
Isn't he now?
The misogynistic, sexist kind
But
of
he's a guy. He's a
traits of
guy
Bond.
who's changing. We're exploring his psychology in the recent films, and I tell you what, James Bond does do. He's a powerful man. He is single-minded. He doesn't always do what he's told when he feels his principles are under threat. And I actually think there are things about James Bond that are really good examples for young boys. And the last thing we need to do at the moment with boys, I think, struggling in school and struggling with, you know, the way they see themselves is take away their role models. I don't think that's healthy either.
Well, a lot of people
Guys,
are agreeing with you.
Thank you both very
Oh,
much
it's a
indeed.
pleasure.
The name James says it all. It's a male character, has to stay that way. Kim, what next? Mr. Marple, and so it goes on.